Oh boy, what's goody YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over in this daggone break room, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to come on in. Baby, I just saw something so hilarious. I couldn't even wait to go live this evening. I had to come talk about this with y'all real quick. I know last night, the live stream we did was that was, a sad live stream, but I just wanted to kiki and cackle this morning. Good morning, Nina. Good morning, Nisha. Y'all excuse the noise in the background. I'm outside. Um, Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. I'm gonna get on it, and I just wanted to kiki with y'all this morning. Happy Tuesday, honey. Yes, Miss Missy. Missy says good morning and terrific Tuesday, everyone. Good morning, Diva. You said I've been MIA. I need to do some catching up. Yeah, Diva Kia, but we understand, girl. Life be life, and honey. Hey, Yana Mama, what's good, honey? Woo, honey. Hey, girl. Hey, Dara D. Good morning, everybody. Make sure you guys clock into the break room. Child, hilarious. You hear me? So I was a Hey Latrice. I was over there being nosy at Liv's channel because the last time we was over there, she was outside confessing her sins. Okay, girl. Hey, Miss Page. Hey, Tasha Nicole. Girl, I went over there today, this morning. Baby child lived down there at the white folks concert. Baby, she looked so out of place. I said, Livia, what in the world is you doing over there, girl? Child, I guess she went to a concert with her sister, and child, it was her mama watching the live stream. Cause y'all know her mama always in the comments. I said, post Stella. Do Stella got anything to do? I'm like, golly, why is you always in that girl's live stream? Um, Liv was with her people, okay? I said, baby, she done got down to Florida, and the sister said, "Oh, we gonna do exorcism on you." Oh, the sister said, it's gonna get you on the right side, and we gonna do that immediately. Square peg in a round hole. I said, Livia, now you was out of place, child. She looked like a fish out of water. Baby, that is not Olivia's stilo. What Raquel got to understand is the baby sister that you want, sis, you will never get. That woman is getting ready to be 35 years old. She is who she is. She ratchet, she ghetto, and everything else. She live her life on the internet, tell all her business. Raquel, the little sister that you have, that's what you getting, sis. You're not getting nothing different. Hey, Mama Twins is. Now we know she's screaming. Olivia said in the live stream she was the only black person there. I said, I mean, girl, did you see who was performing on the stage? Of course you were. uh, yeah, Roy Gala. I said, baby, she was definitely a fish out of water. I said, oh, poor thing. I said, do I like oysters? I don't think I've ever had oysters. I love seafood, but I don't think I've ever had oysters. Royal Gala, she is. I said, Livia, go sit down. I said, girl, you want so bad to come to this internet and show your ass like you know how to do, how to get your money. She is so determined to show her sister that she can be a good girl, a new. I said, Livia, remember you say be you, do you, love you, bye bye, boo boo boo. Or sis, then you need to do that, okay? Cause you sit up in that concert trying to relate with your sister and her homegirls, sis, is not it. I just don't understand after all this time how Olivia don't have her own damn friends. My thing is this, girl, you lived in Florida long enough From 2020 to 2025, you've lived in Florida long enough to, I would think by now you would have found your own damn friends. It's not Olivia's, it's not like she's new to the city, right? It's not like she's new to the state. Olivia has been a resident of Florida off and on for 5 years, okay? So you would have think by now, this is how you know the girl don't have no friends. She don't know how to make friends. You latching on to your sister's friends. I could see her doing that in the very beginning, like when she first got there, right? She's trying to get to know people, trying to, get around and move around and see the city and stuff. But girl, not that you done been a resident of the state of Florida off and on for 5 years. You shouldn't need your sister's influences on the friends that she hang out with, because it's clear Raquel's friends and Raquel are very different from Olivia. Very different. Yeah, she never has her own friends. I didn't understand that. Like, Olivia is and it's not that she don't want any, because if you didn't want any, then you wouldn't be with anybody. You would just be solo dolo, But that's just like when she was in Texas. That's why she was on the internet 4 and 5 and 9 and 10 hours of the day, because the internet was her friends. That's like how she went to that concert. You went to that concert to hang out with your sister and her homegirls, right? But you couldn't refuse. She could not resist the moment of picking up that camera, letting people know she was at the white folks concert. I said, "Ooh, a mess." She think that we say privilege gonna save her. Nah, it isn't. I just thought it was funny, y'all. I just really thought that just tickled me so bad when I seen that. I said, "Girl, you look very odd." You said on the side of the dang stage and barely could see anything. Girl, exactly. Judge Raquel friends wouldn't be around her either if it wasn't for her sister. She's not a likable person. No, she's not. And then you got to be careful, honey. She might try to sleep with your man, girl. The gag is the people didn't care where she was. No, they didn't. They didn't care if she was enjoying herself or not, honey, because they was too busy enjoying themselves. Olivia was definitely not enjoying herself. You could just tell she was not enjoying herself at all. What the people on the stage was singing, Olivia probably ain't never even heard of them songs. She probably ain't never even heard of that band. Nothing. Yeah, Yana Mama. Oh, right, Sean, or steal your purse. She didn't. She didn't know not one song. Trying to sell the image. Right, she's trying to sell the image that she has been delivered. And like I said, girl, it take longer than a month to get delivered. Okay, it take medication longer than that to get in your system. Girl, hush. Now, I'm all for change. I definitely am. I feel like change helps, right? But it shouldn't be forced. It should come very natural. It's Olivia trying to force the people or force herself to think that I have changed. And, nah. Trying to convince, well, she can't even convince people that she has friends, because we already know them wasn't her friends, and was her sister's friends. Olivia is not even friendly with herself, let alone people outside of herself. Y'all, I don't know why that just tickled me so bad. I seen that. I said, girl, if you don't get your ass, I said, oh, I hope you got them tickets for free. I said, girl, I hope your sister didn't pay for your tickets, because we know you didn't. I hope your sister did not pay for them tickets. I hope maybe she won them in a raffle on the radio station or something. Okay? Or hopefully the tickets had been bought and one of Raquel's friends at the last minute couldn't go and you just took their place. Because that's what it was given. It was given at the last minute. One of Raquel's friends backed out and they gave the ticket to Olivia. Olivia probably wasn't even invited from the beginning. She probably went to the concert by default. I'm telling y'all. One of Raquel's friends at the last minute couldn't go. And so Raquel was like, well, I just don't want to throw this money away. She probably said, Libby, you want to go? And she went on and went. She was invited to that concert by default, honey. Trust and believe me. Trust and believing. Okay, y'all, real quick. Let me scoot on over to Jasmine real quick. So Jasmine put up a video, y'all, yesterday. I seen it this morning. Jasmine already having problems at DoorDash, y'all. I said, girl, not you over at DoorDash causing drama, okay? So apparently, she said a customer is harassing her. And I said, Jasmine, baby, that's what happens when you deal with the public. Jasmine, you should know this by now, as long as you've been on social media. And didn't you say 13 years? Well, at this point, you should know how to deal with people. You deal with them every day on your social media platforms. I said, Jasmine, don't go over there dramatizing DoorDash. Leave DoorDash alone. Either you're gonna make them, either you're gonna make the money, or you're not gonna make the money. Yeah, she said a customer harassing her. I said, girl, go sit down. It's probably the customer when you was over there in them people's grass. That's probably who it was, because they was pissed that you was out there filming in their yard, girl. Now, we done told you stay out them people's damn grass over there. It probably was them people that she stayed and put the camera in their grass and was filming herself walking up to their damn door. They probably seen it on their Ring footage and called on her ass. I'm telling y'all, mama, you laughing at girl. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm telling y'all, that's what it was. That's who it was. Okay? It was them people grass she was crawled all over in. Like she's Crocodile Dundee some damn body. All in them people's grass. Putting cameras and shooting aerial shots. A mess, you hear me? Yeah, she better leave that customer base alone. And she'll, baby, you better leave them people. Jasmine, get over there and make them people money and go on about your business. I ain't never seen people with so many issues when they outside. Dardy, girl, a mess. You hear me? A mess. You said it was them. It should have been because that was straight BM. That was straight. You all in the people. I ain't gonna lie to you. If that was, I was the homeowner of that house, and I looked and seen the DoorDasher all in my grass, I don't give a damn what you say you was doing. Girl, why are you in my grass? Get up out my grass and get my food up to my door, ma'am. What are you doing? Why are you all in my grass? See, that's why people got Ring footage now, because weird-ish be happening outside their houses. Jasmine is the epitome of why people got Ring footage. Ring doorbells and stuff. Oh, my God. You said now her new best friend is DoorDashing, girl. So, in the video, briefly, y'all, another thing we can kiki about, or chuckle, let's say that, just chuckle about. Jasmine stops at Starbucks and buys Legend a sandwich. And I said, that's strange. Well, no, that's not strange, because, I'm not saying you can't buy your kids something to eat. I said, so Legend gets an expensive-ass DoorDash sandwich, Starbucks sandwich, which, if you know, me personally, I've had a Starbucks sandwich a couple times. I wasn't impressed, okay? When I seen that they pulled it out the freezer and popped it in the microwave, I said, oh, this what y'all charging all this money for? Oh, baby, I'm good. I said, not you stopping at Starbucks, but you ain't got no money to buy groceries for, so all your kids can eat till they get full. But you got money to stop at Starbucks because you got one child with you. But when the Davis 4 in the car, they don't even leave the house. Starbucks is not that good, and it's very expensive. I am not a Starbucks fan at all. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. I'm not a Starbucks fan at all. But when I seen that, and then she was attempting to stop somewhere else to get something to eat, I said, well, Jasmine, damn, you door dashing, you ain't gonna have no money, because the money you making, you spending it on you and Legend fuel, so y'all can keep delivering these orders and crawling all in the neighbors and the customers' grass and stuff. You ain't gonna make no money if you steady spending it. And think about it, y'all. She got her a big ass drink from Starbucks. That probably was about $8 to $10. Then she got Legend a sandwich, which was probably about $6 or $7. She probably spent damn near $20 for 3 things. Because she got him something to drink. She got him that sandwich, and then she got her one of those grande drinks, one of the coffee drinks. She more than likely probably spent about $20 for the two of them. Which, again, if you're struggling with food, that $20 could have went to the store, and you could have got some lunch meat and bread and whatever, because aren't your kids coming back this week? You said baby reindeer? Yes, the honey, little pterodactyl, get him a designer sandwich. I said, girl, she's a mess. She is leaving stank in the car while she walks upstairs to deliver food. Very reckless. Well, I mean, it racist. It's no reckless then when she was leaving them kids in the house while she went and ran down Chris in the middle of the night. What's the difference? She left all them kids in the house while she was running Chris down in the middle of the night trying to see whose house he was parked in front of. It's no different than leaving them in the house while she riding around looking for that man, than to leave that boy in the car while she run upstairs and drop some food off. Okay? You said money is no object when it comes to Legendary and herself. Money only becomes an issue when it's the Davis for kids. Yeah, which is sad. That's just what I was thinking, because she poor at money management. She is. K Love said, I tell my Jazz making bank doing this. She made $30 in 30 minutes. She ain't serious about no. She ain't serious about no. Oh, she said she ain't sorry about no Starbucks. She sure did tell her she made $30 in 30 minutes. When a lady was in her yard the other day, she had questions and thought it was weird, but she does stuff like that regularly, right, Steve? She sure did. And where did she catch that lady at? On her ring footage. When when that old lady was walking around and she was trying to figure out why Jasmine's grass was as high as the windows on her house, Jasmine thought that was very weird and uncomfortable. But yet you get out your car, you supposed to be delivering food, and you stop and propping up your camera in these people's grass. Jasmine, you don't think when them people looked in their ring footage, they found that to be very odd, that you all in the middle of the grass? Now, maybe they said, oh, maybe she's a YouTuber. But at this point, they don't care. Girl, get my food up to my door and get your ass on away from around here. The only reason why you're here is because I needed you to bring me my food. Don't be making home in my grass. $1 a minute, girl. Jasmine wish she made $30 in 30 minutes. She wish. Unless somebody tipped her hella good. That's damn near that she overreacted. She did not make $30 in 30 minutes. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All this money she so-called is making, instead of putting it up for a rainy day, she's spending it on unnecessary, highly expensive food. She'll be crying that she can't pay her rent. But that's the thing, y'all. It's hard trying to save that DoorDash money when more than likely Jasmine is using it for gas too. So think about it. Jasmine says she made $30 in 30 minutes, okay? Unless her orders was within 1 mile of where she was picking up her food. Girl, I'm pretty sure when Jasmine gets up in the morning to start her door dashing, sis is damn near on E. So she probably starts off putting at least $15 to $20 in the tank. So let's say she did make $30 in 30 minutes. And let's say she got up that morning and put $15 in the tank. So essentially, girl, you made $15. So Jasmine, and then you're spending money on stuff at the gas station, restaurants that you riding by. So it just don't make sense, you know. She is, y'all. She is very weird. Very, very weird. But it just kind of tickled me when I seen her title. I said, girl, not you starting drama with DoorDash already. A mess. I'm thinking to myself, Jasmine, there's nothing that you do even when she was down there at the gym, exercising, she started drama at the gym. She said people was calling the gym, talking about she filming and she not getting permission. And everything she does that she comes to the internet and shows that she's doing, some way, somehow she turns it into drama. Every time. I love DoorDash, but I'm so glad I live in Houston and not Austin, because ain't no way I feel comfortable with Jasmine going to pick up my food, let alone put it in her car. Yes, honey. Did you see B Love response to people talking about her relationship with her oldest son? No, I did not. I'll go take a look at it. I'm be honest with you. I just did that video with B Love and I'm Official M, because it was just interesting to me how Official M reacted to her. That was kind of interesting to me. It was kind of odd, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Josh. I don't watch B Love at all. I don't get into that smacking and burping and belching and them long ass that irritates me. That really, really irritates me. Jasmine is, I don't know what's wrong with that girl, but that's just the thing. Okay, so you're going to do DoorDash, I guess, through the summer. So when school getting ready to start back. So what you getting ready to do about that? You know, it's June. It's almost the end of June going on July. School starts in August. You notice she ain't made no conversation on what she's going to be doing in preparing her kids to go back to school. Now, I'm sure Philip is going to help. And apparently Legends is going to school in August too. If y'all notice, all these DoorDashing videos, she had made no mention of, y'all, I'm trying to put money up so I can start getting ahead of the game for the kids to go back to school, so I can get their hair done and get them a couple of outfits and some shoes. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't really talk. She doesn't really talk about stuff. She doesn't really talk about stuff that, to me personally, that makes sense as a mom of 5 children. Really talk about stuff that makes any sense to me. What is your opinion on who? I don't know what that LeBron. What, I don't know anything about what's going on with LeBron. Thank you, Nisha. Baby, I don't know what the. Yeah, I mean, as like I said, especially for a mom who talks about financial struggles and being a single mom, her content never talks of anything about working ahead and maybe doing things different. So, like she realized what she did last year, getting the kids ready for school. So this year I'm going to do something a little different, try to get ahead of the game. Her content is never anything about that. It's always about mess, drama, and trying to show the internet that she's smarter than them. I just never understood it. Oh, okay. Probably, y'all. So real quick, y'all, we getting it, that Diddy trial is still going on over there. I don't know, y'all. I done kind of lost a little interest on the Diddy trial. Between Cassie's testimony and Jane Doe's testimony, and obviously by now, if you know, Jane Doe allegedly, this is 50 Cent's baby mama. If you know, allegedly. So I don't know, y'all. I just excuse me. Obviously, what I've seen thus far is Diddy had a very colorful sex life. Let me say that. Diddy had a very colorful sex life. And as an adult, what you do is your business. Obviously, as long as it's not hurting anyone and you're not forcing anyone, how you get down in the bedroom is how you get down. But the funny thing about what I noticed about Jane Doe versus Carisha, not saying Carisha didn't take part in those FOs, because more than likely she did, obviously, y'all. But Carisha, she got more out of it, in my opinion, than it appears Jane Doe did. Now, from the testimony, Diddy, as of when she was on trial, or testifying, excuse me, Diddy still was paying her rent. Now, this is the month of June. More than likely July, her rent probably not going to get paid anymore. But anyway, my thing with Jane Doe is she mentioned, they asked you like how much money she makes, and she says, from Instagram, being an influencer, she made an upwards of like, in OnlyFans content, she made an upwards of like $50,000 a month. And then she has one child, and the father of that child, who's rich, pays her $7,500 a month in child support. So let's just say between those two things, you're making almost $60,000 a month. A month. There are people that don't make $60,000 in a whole year. Why did you need Diddy to pay your rent? Not saying if a man offered to pay your rent and you ain't really got to do much for it, that you wouldn't take him up on his offer. But sis put in some work for that $10,000 a month rent. I mean, she put in some work. And I'm just thinking to myself, damn, y'all rich folks, y'all doing more tricking than the poor folks is. Y'all doing more tricking than the poor folks. Baby, a mess. Yeah, she wanted to keep that lifestyle. And then, to me personally, I think the difference between Carisha and Jane Doe wanted to hopefully become a wife. Or she definitely wanted to be cemented in that man's life. Me, Carisha didn't give a damn. Carisha was in it to get what she could get up out of it, and she went on about her damn business. To me, it was more business for Carisha. It was never personal. For Jane Doe, obviously, it was personal. And I think Diddy seen the difference. And although Jane Doe is somebody he was tricking with, right? He was tricking with Carisha too, but he was very public with Carisha as well. And he wasn't public with Jane Doe at all. Hell, he was more public with Cassie than he was Jane Doe. I don't know. Me personally, if I was Jane Doe, I would feel kind of goofy right about now. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Because sometimes you don't really see what's going on until it's really set in front of you. And once all the pieces of the puzzles was laid out in front of her, sis should have felt like a damn fool. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Sis should have felt like a damn fool. All right, y'all. Let me go on and go, because they starting to spam and stuff. And, y'all know I'm used to being on StreamYard. He said, I'm just sick and tired of the Diddy trial. I wish they would just go ahead and say guilty and throw away the key. Yeah, I'm tired of it, too, at this point. Thank you, Nisha. Appreciate you, baby. Yeah, she wanted to be his woman and couldn't stand to see Diddy giving all he was to Carisha, and she didn't have to have or why she did. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Carisha was getting podcasts and content and a little notoriety because she's affiliated with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? This was, getting shopping trips and flued out and all that, and I'm not saying Jane Doe obviously was getting flued out too, but sis was on her back more than she was on her feet. And don't get me wrong. Good morning, Sunrise. Thank you so much for the bagels, sis. Well, y'all, Sunrise just dropped in, gave us some bagels. I've been on here about 30 minutes. I just wanted to jump on here real quick, kiki with y'all this morning. Y'all have a good day. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. Y'all be safe. We definitely will come back later this evening. I kind of want to run the block over there to Wine Glass, and I see if Sky got anything going on, because I haven't been over there in a while. See if she got anything going on. And maybe we'll watch Jasmine's actual video to see, because I didn't watch it in its entirety. See if we can pick up on something else we can laugh at. So we'll come back tonight, y'all. We'll come back tonight, and we'll react to that. Again, y'all be good. Y'all be great. And TMI's going to see you in the next one, honey. Remember, sub what you love. Bye.